is Anna, welcome to my channel, and today is my beauty tracker for the month of April, and surprisingly it is pretty eventful considering we've been in quarantine the entire time. At least I have. Now, if you don't already know, this is a series where after each month I go through what I bought, what I used up, what I decluttered, and the prices for all those, and my goal basically for each month is to use up, monetarily wise, more than what I buy, but also use up more products than buy in number. Currently I'm on a replacement only no buy, and it has been surprisingly easy to not buy things, especially now when you don't leave the house. So starting off with what I used up, let's start with makeup empties. Now if you watched my Project Pan, then you will know that I used up this Wet n Wild Dewy Primer, and trying to go completely cruelty free, this is really a good thing for me, and it cost $4.99. And I did like this product. I thought it gave a nice glow to the skin, but I don't think it was entirely that special. Next up is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I had it in the shade L200 Light Ivory. This was too light for me on its own, but I mixed it with a concealer that was too dark. I know, how can something be too light for me? But it was a little bit. And I didn't mind the formula. I don't know how I like it on its own because I have to mix it with a Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer. It was like the nice tall bottle, not the squeezy tube. This cost $10.99, and I actually bought it again in a different shade, but I'm pretty sure I technically got it in a lighter shade, but the shade lighter was actually a little bit darker. I don't know, but I feel like I liked it. I mean, I liked it enough to buy it again, but also it has 10 mils of product, or 0.33 fluid ounces, so it's like twice the size of normal concealers. It's not as big as like the Too Faced Born This Way, but it still has a lot of product, and so even though it was more expensive than some, not really, it was like the same price as the Milani one, I figured I should just give it a shot because it's such a good value for how much product you get inside. If you want to see, I did take out the stopper, and oh my goodness, this is the most extreme stopper I've ever taken out. I've taken stoppers out of many different concealers. I've never had such a struggle, but this one was really, like, it's a big bottle in width, but it was also really deep, and it was just, it wasn't flimsy. Wow, I can show a picture of like utterly destroyed. The tweezers were bad. I used it only for like taking out stoppers, but even still, he was a big boy. Now this next product, you can't even tell what it is because the words have rubbed off, but it is the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray in Dewy Finish. And this cost $11.11. I don't know how much I bought it for, but this is how much I saw that it was retailed for. I bought it at Walmart, so I think I checked their prices. It lasted me a really long time, considering it's only 100 mils, or I'm not sure how many fluid ounces because it's rubbed off, but a little bit over 3 fluid ounces. I did like it, however, one of the first ingredients is alcohol, so I don't think it's probably the best for my skin, and it's dewy, so it's kind of weird, but I thought near the end of its life, it stopped working as well. When it started getting splotchy, it actually kind of disrupted the makeup instead of setting it in place. So I think I ended up like using the last little bits as like a primer or something, like just because it wouldn't spray well on its own. I'm gonna have to apologize for any background noise because it is what it is. With all that said, I would not repurchase this because I realized that I don't really need setting spray. I don't use a ton of powder, even when I use powder products, so I don't find that I need to like take away the powdery look. But yeah, I just feel like takes up a lot of space, and it's not necessary for me. Now next we have the CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast mascara, and this is priced for $6.91, and I liked it. It went kind of up and down for me. At first I wasn't that big of a fan, and then when it started to dry out a little bit, it got really nice and like made my lashes like really fluttery and just not, it separated them well. This is what the wand looks like. It's basically a long, short, spiky wand. Long, short, okay. It's a long wand with short spikes. So it really helped with definition. Once it started drying out, it took a lot of work just to like build up. So, yeah, I think I had it open for 6 months, and I didn't use it every day. I had like 2 open for a little bit of that time, but I would consider buying it again. However, I just don't really love this packaging. I know that's dumb. Really pretty. I just find that it's bulky and takes up, I don't have a ton of storage for my makeup because I want to keep it minimal, and so I feel like packaging matters. If it's really bulky, then I am deterred to buy it when I can buy something that's a little more slim. Also, I want to try out an e.l.f. concealer that Sarah Rose suggested. I don't know, she recommended it, and I'm interested in that because it seems like it's a little bit less bulky, but also it's cheaper, so that's a plus. Now, I don't know if people consider these makeup or not, but I'll just add these in here. These are the Burt's Bees Lip Balm. This one's in the normal vitamin E and peppermint one. I wasn't in love with this. I found that it didn't moisturize my lips that much. The peppermint, I don't know why they put that in lip balm, but it doesn't nourish as much. It kind of supposed to irritate the lips because it's peppermint. It feels nice and cooling, but I don't think it's helpful in a lip balm. I liked the mango one a lot better because it was like a softer formula and it didn't have peppermint, but this one was just really firm. I liked it better when I like scooped out the last part. I did scoop out the remaining part inside. Moving on to body care, I only have 2 things, and one of them is the Trader Joe's Nourish All-in-One Facial Cleanser. I have like 4 going on, 2 at each house, 1 in the shower, then like 1 near my sink for the morning and the night, so they just get used up at different times, and that's why it seems like I go through them quickly, but really it's just I have multiple. Yeah, this costs $5.99 at Trader Joe's. I quite like it, especially for the price, and yeah, I repurchased it, as you'll see later. And then I also finished up this Bath & Body Works White Citrus Lotion that I got at some hotel whenever ago. It had barely any left. I found it in my backpack, and I didn't need it in my backpack anymore, so I figured I should just finish it up. And smelled nice, but I don't buy from Bath & Body Works. Moving on to hair care, I have the Yes to Cucumbers Volumizing Conditioner. I bought this for $2.99 at Ross like a year or something ago. It was a good price. It was fine. I used up the shampoo like 2 months ago. If you can't tell, I have pretty fine hair and it's relatively short, so I tend to use a lot more shampoo than conditioner, and so I use the last bit of it as a shave cream because I find that it works that way when I try to balance out my usage. Yeah, I wouldn't repurchase it because it has fragrance, and I'm trying to transition into fragrance-free products, even though I still have to use up a bunch of things before I get there, but yeah. Now for my miscellaneous category, I have these 2 mini flosses. This one's by Oral-B, this one's by Glide. I get these for free at like dentists and stuff. This one was another thing I found in my backpack, and I was like, well, I don't need this in there anymore because I'm stuck at home. So I figured I should just use up these little guys because there's not much in them, and it's not like flosses are that big in general, so I don't understand why travel flosses are really necessary. So in total, I used up 11 products this month, and they had a monetary value of $48.96. Now, I did pretty well, and I only bought 2 things this month. One was the cleanser that I'd mentioned earlier, and this is still $5.99 because I needed backup. And one was the Tom's of Maine toothpaste, which was $5 because I'm running low on toothpaste, so there you go. So the total for those two items that I bought was $10.99. And I did not get anything gifted this month. However, I did declutter a lot, so that category is very strong this month. I'm just gonna go through these really quickly because I talk about these in my declutter, but this Frizz Ease gel thing that looks empty, but it actually never ever ends, and I don't like it, so it's gone. A Wet n Wild Mega Glow makeup stick blush, a Milani lipstick in the shade Teddy Bear, the Essence Metal Shock eyeshadow in the shade Seconds to Mars, this e.l.f. makeup removing pen, this Milani strobe light highlighter, and this Physicians Formula Happy Booster face powder that betrayed me. If you saw that video, then you know I also decluttered a couple makeup brushes. I decluttered all those. I mean, two of them I just kept for like art projects, but one of them I decided to actually keep. I know it's like scandal, you decluttered it, but I thought I wanted to declutter it, but then when I was sick, I wanted to use up lip products, but I didn't want to contaminate them. Like if they're lip glosses, that just seems wrong. Like lipsticks you can wipe off, lip glosses you can't really, so I ended up using that brush to apply lip products, and like I can rewash it, and I liked it like that. So I realized its value, although I might not use it a lot, it can be helpful in times that I'm sick, but I still want to use like a lip gloss, but I don't want to contaminate it. So yeah, that one I didn't declutter. So let's talk about my totals. I already gave you the amount I used up and bought. However, my monthly money mark, I call it, is the difference between those two, and my goal is to have it always be negative because I want to use up, get out of my collection more money-wise than I bring in. If you couldn't already tell, this month was pretty successful. I had a total monthly money mark of negative $37.97, and that's pretty significant. So yeah, I'm happy. Let me know if you're doing anything similar to this in tracking your purchases or something like this, or just some kind of budget or no buy, and I'd love to see your videos if you make something like this. I hope that you enjoy this video and that you have an amazing day. Bye!